nothing like this today. Like we know how it is. It's dry. It's very semi-arid. Back then, it was pretty much the opposite of that. It was basically much cooler, so less longer days. The vegetation we've got out there, much more. So we had basically forests, open temperate forests, all across the landscape. Big conifer trees, some of these going up to almost 100 meters tall. I think the redwood trees are big. These trees are even bigger. On top of that as well, we had lots of ferns, angiosperms, cycads, although in the case of these cycads, these ones were actually alive, unlike the ones we saw in the gallery down there. But we had so much dense vegetation around that with that, we had lots of water flowing through our landscape. We had lots of rivers, billabongs, lakes, lots and lots of water just all over the place. Some of these were connected by our basin, so the Teaching Basin that flowed through, and we also had the Eromanga Sea, so big inland sea came straight through our continent, basically separating Eastern Australia and Western Australia during that time. You would have had an abundance of marine life swimming through that, so like our chronosaurs, plesiosaurs. You also would have had pterosaurs doing what our birds do today, flying across the sky, hunting for food out there, and then our dinosaurs roaming across the land. Now, the dinosaurs came through an area which had lots and lots of sand. It was basically sandstone back then. That was the first layer. And in that area was a massive billabong. The billabong and the river it was connected to all flowed around one side of it. That would all gradually fill up with water very slowly. It would start to flood over. And of course, when you've got lots of rain on sand like that, basically it becomes mud. So all of that mud would have formed over the top, draped over the rest of it. Then once all of that water starts to dry up, starts to recede, dinosaurs start walking over it. Now we've got in this area lots and lots of footprints. These are from one type of dinosaur, but they're very hard to tell what they are. Best one to look at, this one over here. It's shaped in a V pattern. The animal that made that basically stepped with its foot, and then after it's lifted its front foot, the back foot would then come over it and overlap the front foot. That's why its footprint has formed the way it did. Next to that, that's a back foot there and a front foot. Right, just adjacent to that one. The animal that was doing that was walking on all fours. This is a quadruped. This animal is about 17 meters long. This is indeed a titanosaur.